Okay, those are the right buttons. Do the thing, Geoff.
Do the thing, Geoff. Hit the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's good.
Emperor's New Groove, right?
Uh-huh.
I watched it a long time ago.
I mean, it's
might
is
have
it
been in
90s?
theaters.
Is it 90s or like 2000s?
90s.
Oh,
Right?
Because it's John Goodman, right?
No, Emperor's New Groove is 2000.
Wow.
2000 even. Okay.
It's
That
like
is a son of a bitch.
it's like right on the cusp of not being.
That's hurtful. Which means that movie is the South Park movie was 99, right?
97. No, you're right.
Oh, yeah, bigger, longer cut. Welcome to the show that I don't remember what we call it anymore. What do we call this one? This is just rant.
Gadget Inspectors.
Oh, retrospects.
Oh.
The only show that had so much prep, and that's what drained people.
Yeah, actually, Jim, when you were like, we don't have any rules here, I was like, need I remind you of your podcast?
His podcast was great. He was the only one that did prep, though. He brought the prep to us, and then we shit on it the entire time, which would make him not want to do it anymore.
That's accurate.
Well, it's also like
one of my favorite shows to do.
It's also like whenever I'm like, hey, y'all want to do a podcast, and someone's like, topics? I'm like, every time I do topics, we don't talk about the topics.
Because we have no rules.
So I just gave up. I was like, no, it's a free-for-all podcast. That's all we do now. And in the case of Rant On, we literally just meet every 6 months now.
Gonna be charging early cancellation fee of $29.99.
You will pay it.
I was like, oh, it's the new year. Maybe I can cancel my Adobe subscription.
Nah, man, they got you fucking locked.
I think I'm willing to pay the early cancellation fee of $29.99 because it's like $20 a month, and I still have multiple. Oh, wait a minute! Whoa!
Or you could just cancel it when it needs to be canceled.
I don't know when it's supposed to be canceled. They don't tell me.
Well, if it's $29 now. This is riveting conversation, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important.
If anyone also wants riveting conversation, just remember that your taxes are due in April. Yes, it's the start of the new year. It's where I hunker down at the beginning of every year and start to cry just a little bit because my fucking taxes are so stupid.
I will have.
Where's my W-2?
God damn, I will have 6 W-2s.
Fucking hell, man.
Wait, 6?
Well, 3 for me, 3 for the wife.
Oh, for the wife. All right.
Oh, well, I mean, I was about to say, Jim, I don't recall you going through 6 jobs, but it's also entirely possible.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was like, there's no fucking way.
That'd be a lot. That would be a whole lot.
Annual
Technically, I did leave one of them. Like, I ghosted them a little bit. So,
I mean, I completely ghosted one job
this
year.
You did. That's your proudest moment of 2023.
Oh hell yeah! Meanwhile, I just had like a week off. I come back to work and I'm like, oh man, this is, back to work. It's the grind. And I look at my computer for a second. I was like, I don't really have much to do today. This is actually not bad. I mean, technically I was working yesterday, but I don't really consider that. Like, I was just updating Jira tickets, and it was nothing like work.
Jira tickets are my life.
I'm starting to come around to it because it does keep me organized.
They are the way, the truth, and the life. No other shall go to heaven throughout. I don't remember the rest of the quote. Damn it!
Although I
I hated that.
Lost
I
my
do get
Christian edge.
slightly annoyed when I assign someone a ticket and I'm like, you need to do this thing. And then all of a sudden I get a notification 20 minutes later, it's signed back to me.
But did they do the thing?
No, because I'm not a developer on the site. Like I can't do things on the site development wise.
Right.
So I need the developer to do the thing, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just kind of throw this back to you." And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't really accomplish what needs to happen here."
Well, maybe they need to talk to our Lord and Savior Atlassian.
So, guys, what are we talking about today?
So today is a monumental day. As you know, like every podcast filled with white men, the end of the year / beginning of the new year is a day where lists come out. And today, a massive list comes out. A massive list that implicates 1,000 things. Our best of 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, also Bill Clinton was with Jeffrey Epstein.
We already knew that.
Did we not already know that?
No, we didn't. I don't.
That's
know.
like the least shocking thing on that
What about
list.
J. Doe?
Well, that's a whole thing. I don't want to turn.
We're not getting into that.
Cast.
But right. My joke. But my
I have thoughts.
Actually, just one thing. Is it Aaron? You have to correct me here because again, sports.
Oh, the one that attacked Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmel, I'll sue you. Yeah,
dude,
so,
that shit is wild.
Noted conservative crazy man.
When did
Aaron
that
Rodgers, forever ago. Who, as we might not know, is also very anti-vax.
I knew that.
He set off a war against Taylor Swift by calling her boyfriend Mr. Pfizer, whatever. I was going to say insinuated that Jimmy Kimmel was going to be on that list, but he didn't insinuate. He flat out said Jimmy Kimmel will be on this list on the Pat McAfee show. And Jimmy Kimmel responded on Twitter like, fucking open your mouth like that again and I'll sue you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was amazing. And the funny part is they both work for the same company.
Which is, as far as I know,
is on ESPN, which is ABC, which is what Jimmy Kimmel's on.
Wait, hold on. Does Aaron Rodgers not play football anymore?
Since he's been injured, he's been a regular co-host on the Pat McAfee show.
Okay, gotcha.
Because he is absolutely useless and he causes clickbait articles, so it's good to have him on. I say this loving the Pat McAfee show.
I love Pat McAfee, period.
I watched the Alabama game, but the Pat McAfee version. And it really pissed off my female friend watching it. She's like, who is this motherfucker talking while I'm trying to watch Alabama? And I said, you're going to have to shut up. I'm listening to my boy. Noted WrestleMania wrestler, Pat McAfee. Right. But yeah, he attacked Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel said, fucking say that again, we're going to court. The list came out. I don't really care. But yeah, this is our best of 2023 and what we're looking forward to in 2024. We got a few categories. The big one that I'm interested in, because I read a lot of the article, but I haven't read it all, is good old Jim, Mr. Sounds of the Void's music. So I want to start there.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 albums of 2023 and one that you think is coming out, even if it hasn't been announced.
So, like my most anticipated.
Yeah, your most anticipated.
Okay. Good to get it out of the way. Here we go. My number 5 is, I guess I could just pull this up and it would probably be easier to read it. Anyways, it's gonna be the album Treacherous Ways by Helm's Deep. It's a heavy metal record, but it's just really fucking good.
How the fuck are they not getting hit with copyright?
So
he's dead.
I am curious. I am curious of why that is, but then there is so much. I mean, so many bands, albums, musical projects in the genre that I listen to that are. It's not just like hints at Tolkien. It like, which by the way, happy birthday today to J.R.R. Tolkien, 132 years young. That just is. It is Lord of the Rings. I mean, right. Blind Guardian, Nightfall on Middle Earth. There's the band, Cirith Ungol. There's a band called Shelob. Like there's so many things. So I don't know. Maybe like places and battle names aren't copyrighted. Maybe they went into the public domain. I don't know.
They didn't.
It's literally called. The band is called Helm's Deep. Treacherous Ways, is the name of the album. Number 4, Cruel Force. Their first album in like 10 years. Dawn of the Axe. Very good South American blackened speed metal. More blackened speed metal. Number 3, Hell Ripper from Scotland. Warlocks Grim and Withered Hags. We got at the 2 spot Cruciamentum with Obsidian Refraction. Some really good, just brutal death metal. And then number 1, Panopticon, The Rime of Memory. If Panopticon is releasing an album, most likely if it's not in my top 3, it'll be number 1.
And, I've heard that band. I've talked about that band because we've talked about them before.
Very good Cascadian black metal. It's a one-man project, mixes bluegrass with black metal and folk music, and they have slide whistles, and it's a good time.
And your most anticipated for 2024?
So, I don't know what album is coming out in 2024. There's tons of them. A new Deicide album is coming out. The thing that I'm most looking forward to, though, music-wise, for me, the metal guy, right, is Hell's Heroes 6 Festival. It's very fortunate that like one of the biggest heavy metal festivals in the world happens in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky to have secured a ticket, and we'll be there for 3 days.
3 days, man.
And that is my show. That is one of my last shows that I plan on going to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You talked to us about this. You're starting to slow down on concerts. Yes. It's tiring, man. I want some thoughts from you. I'm looking at the Hot 100 Songs of the Year from Billboard.
Okay.
I'm just gonna name a few just to see what you're thinking. Let's see. The new Taylor Swift album.
I heard it like by proxy just because of my wife. It's Taylor Swift. I mean, to me, it's just Taylor Swift.
What about Creepin' by Metro Boomin?
That is the first time I've ever heard those words together.
That makes me sad. You should listen to that. Let's see. Did you listen to much mainstream this year?
Yeah. I did a whole list of albums that were like mainstream albums.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of country this year. I'm kind of surprised.
Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Killer album.
Luke Combs was super popular this year.
Margo Price.
What do you? So I'm confused about something, Joe.
Okay.
And pardon my ignorance. Boy Genius, Phoebe Bridgers, are they in any way connected?
Yeah.
Yes. Phoebe Bridgers is one of the 3 women in Boy Genius.
That is what
Boy Genius would be considered a supergroup. It's Lucy Dacus, Phoebe Bridgers, and Julian
Baker.
Casablanca.
I feel so bad that I forget her name.
Yeah, it's Baker, right?
Julian Baker, yeah. That Edelman, like from the Patriots.
Yeah, Julian Edelman or Julian Casablanca.
that's
from
not
the Strokes. Okay, yeah. So all right, that makes more sense. And they're the ones that take their shirts off, right?
I mean, they did it that one festival.
They've done it a bunch of times. If TikTok has me. If
all I know is TikTok. Julian Baker, when they do that, she shreds. She's a good guitar player.
All I learned this year was there was that bassist for that band Mainskin.
Is that how you say that?
I think so.
I thought it was Maniskin.
Oh, like mana, like
a mannequin,
power?
but Maniskin.
Oh, okay. And then, shit, what was that other trend I kept seeing on TikTok? Whatever. Jim, thank you for that top 5 list. I will probably listen to one of those 5.
Well, if you want, I can give you some my favorite normie stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can do that. Okay, so in the number, let me get to someplace for. Oh, Deanna Peraza's All Elite, awesome. Sorry, it just came up.
That was on the stream like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Normies.
I can tell you for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my hip hop release. All right, so at 10 we've got Timothy Fife album called Clear Off, kind of a loosey goosey kind of electronic album. Number 9, Caroline Polachek with Desire, I Want to Turn Into You. It's kind of art pop electronic. Number 8, Reverend Kristen Michael Hayter with Saved. It's like Appalachian folk and like spirituals, like hymns, from a very non-religious person. It's very eerie and scary. Number 7, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with Petro-Dragonic Apocalypse or Dawn of Eternal Night and Annihilation of Planet Earth and the beginning of Merciless Damnation. That is a psychedelic garage rock band. Yes, that is the entire album title. Number 6, Jeff Rosenstock with Hell Mode, kind of a power punk, pop punk album. That was Anthony Fantano's number 1, by the way. Okay. Speaking of Boy Genius, their record called The Record at number 4. Number 3, JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown with Scaring the Hose. The absolute best hip-hop album I heard this year, for sure. South Korean band Paranol at number 2, called After the Magic, shoegazy, indie rock type band. And then number 1, Sufjan Stevens with Javelin, indie rock, sad boy shit.
Okay. Geoff, do you have an album of the year?
2 of them actually. Yeah, one of them is Boy Genius.
Okay,
nice.
See,
it's a good record.
This also follows along with the meme that I've said about his music for years.
Well, the second one probably is a bit of a departure from that. It's the Oppenheimer soundtrack.
I've heard people talk that it's very good, and even seeing the movie, I don't remember it though.
Ooh. Oh no, it's so.
Who scored it?
Ludwig Göransson.
Okay.
So he's starting to replace Hans Zimmer on Nolan's films.
Oh, he's young.
Yes, he's very young.
39. Okay.
But he also he did the Mandalorian theme song.
Okay. He does a lot of these big movies.
Yeah. So it's kind of like an interesting, so he was supposed to score Tenet. But then Hans Zimmer was like, I'm gonna go do Dune, so you're gonna need to find someone else. And it's kind of this thing like, once you leave the Nolan sphere, you don't really get to come back in.
The Nolan sphere.
Well, because it happened to the cinematographer too. The cinematographer's like, I'm gonna go start directing things, and he did that Johnny Depp film, where he's like an AI thing.
Oh, he's like shitting on beds and stuff.
What is that? Oh,
sure.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Yeah, so got replaced.
I
don't know. My it's always hard for me with music because I don't really adhere to like what was released in that year.
Yeah, same.
That's really go out of my way to do that. So most people don't.
Right. I think the 2 albums that I played the most this year both came out in like 2022.
Yeah.
Well, and like it
Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really ebbed and flowed. Like I started listening to like a lot of more like electronic music, so like Bonobo and um I was just all over the place this year.
Bonobo or Bonobo?
Is it Bonobo or Bonobo?
One of them's
I
a
don't
monkey.
I think what you said, Geoff, is right.
I don't know. I just know one's a type of monkey.
I don't know what I said now.
You said like Bonobo or something like
You
that.
did, yeah, and which is I think correct.
My two albums that I had on repeat most of this year was Jackpot Juicer by Dance Gavin Dance, which came out in 2022. And Dark Sun by Dayseeker, which also came out in 22. TikTok has proven to me that my genre of music that I like is bands that Johnny Craig have been kicked out of. So there's quite a few, which is really helpful. But yeah, I don't really listen to the new stuff as it comes out. Like if Fall Out Boy put out an album, I'd probably be like, oh, let me check it out. But I don't actively go after stuff. I was mostly living this entire year being like, oh, Paramore should put out a new album again. Knowing
and
that
they did. They put out a decent one. And then they broke up.
And then they stopped everything. I assume they fulfilled their contract with their record label.
Well, how? Okay. They're supposed to be on Taylor Swift's tour. They're just going to, like, dude, you put me in a room with 3 people that I fucking despise, but I gotta go make that Taylor Swift money, bro. Get over yourselves.
Well, maybe they don't need to make Taylor Swift money though.
I guess.
I mean, like conceivably, like they're probably all well off enough that they don't have to.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right, but it's just to me, it's so weird.
Oh, I guess this has turned into the Geoff and Jim show because Todd just lost his internet, it appears.
Oh, no. I'm glad you're recording.
His power flickered, so we will continue on without him.
Oh, did he just text you that?
Well, it's in Slack. I'm sure he'll be back here in a second, but in the interim, I guess that kind of satisfies the music section.
Any video game?
So... Video game, jeez, this is where it gets really hard for me because, like, I'm trying to remember like what happened at the beginning of the year. There wasn't anything that like stood out to me as like monumentally huge.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was definitely a low year for video game music.
Because
Sea of Stars had a good soundtrack.
What is it? Oh,
Sea of Stars.
You're correct.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that. So Julia's been playing Sky Children of Light.
Okay.
Which is made by the same people that did Journey.
I mean, yeah.
And I've been listening to the Journey soundtrack a lot consequently. Mm-hmm. So that's probably like the top video game music for the year. Nothing else is really like I mean, but even like in general, I looked back at like my play history through like Steam and stuff. There's no game this year that I was just like, damn, that was fucking great. Which sucks.
It was a low year. I actually have never played this game. I've just watched Andrew play this game, and it was Hi-Fi Rush.
Yes,
that has a really good soundtrack. Sea of Stars, like Todd said, really beautiful good soundtrack game. And I again, that is not a game I've played yet. I'm waiting for the physical release. I know, but that's when that is the type of game I need a physical release for. Because like the Baldur's Gate 3. The music isn't standout, in my opinion. Another soundtrack I've listened to but have not played the game, Final Fantasy 16.
Haven't played it yet.
Haven't played it yet, but the soundtrack is great.
I don't know if it's going to come out for PC.
2-3 years from now.
I'm alright with that.
And then there's a platformer which if you haven't heard of or checked out yet, you absolutely need to, called Pizza Tower.
Pizza Tower.
And it is, first of all, it is hard. It is super fucking hard. But
I've seen this.
And the art is so good.
This looks like Speedrunners. It looks crazy. Okay, cool. Did you play Alex Jones' NWO Wars?
No, I did see you post that.
Came out today on Steam.
Did you? You know, it's funny because I was telling Julie about that conversation and how she started looking up photos of Trump rally. She's like, "Where are the hot girls?"
I
don't
see
see them.
Instagram.
No, I know, but that's the thing. As soon as I showed that to her, she's like, "All right, let me pull up the rally photos." And she's like, "Where are they, Geoff? I don't see them."
There's a she's got to watch the Jordan Klepper videos. He usually can find at least one
from the Daily Show where he's like man on the street.
But like,
oh my God.
but like one out of a sea of I don't know how many old people are there.
I mean, isn't that kind of the way either side though?
No, definitely not. I don't think so.
I want to say one more thing about music.
Sound muted. Sound resumed.
Yep, we all know the website Pitchfork, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very trendy, very current, very. I would say, they got their fingers on the pulse, right?
Oh.
Their #1 album of this year, 2023, of this past year, 2023, was SOS by SZA. Let's. Do you know why I'm outraged by that?
Didn't it come out in 2022?
It came out in 2022.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. So
it's SZA's very good. The album is very
great.
good, but it came out in 2022. It's insanity.
That's funny. Did they do their whole wrap up list for 2023?
Oh yeah, it's live. It's been live for weeks.
I mean, I am perusing the Pitchfork 2024 release calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I am excited about Philip Glass.
Oh yeah.
There's also Marika.
I didn't know Feist
Hackman.
put out an album.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really difficult sometimes whenever so like the National, for instance, they released 2 albums this year. I definitely did not like the first one as much as I liked the second one.
My wife likes them.
Oh, I love the National. Such a good band. I actually just picked up vinyl from them.
Nice.
So like oh my God, Andre 3000's flute album made the list.
That album is great.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I listen to that album all the time.
I saw a TikTok today was I think it said like what black people expected Andre 3000's flute album to be like, and it was just the Boondocks outro, which is heavily flute. Some of these picks are ridiculous. Ugh. All right. Lesbian music. Any other things that we want to hype for music coming up this year? Any tours other than your metal festival that you want to go to?
I can't remember. I think that it's called like let's go to Loser Town, the Lit Biscuit tour.
Oh my
There
God.
is. So Limp Bizkit is touring, Creed is touring.
Yeah. It's 2002 all over again.
It really is. I assume Nickelback's probably also touring.
I didn't even know they were still together.
Oh,
Limp Bizkit?
Creed.
Oh yeah, they resurfaced. It's because you're
all
not
right.
on TikTok,
Actually, here's the thing.
Also
it's
the
almost
Rangers.
It's almost like Interpol. So I went and saw
Who?
Interpol. I went and saw my friend got tickets like from the radio station for them, and
Uh-huh.
went and saw their concert. And I was like, man, they've only released like one album in like 15 years or whatever. For whatever reason, that was in like the back of my mind. And then they start playing, and they're like, yeah, this is from our newest album, blah blah blah. I was like, new album. I look back at like the Wikipedia, and they've like released new music consistently like every couple of years, and I was like,
It's not
fuck.
big in the States, I
Who
don't
is-
think.
What do they do? What do they
They
say?
had a
If
really good
if
song.
I
It was like Satan's on trial. They were like in the vein of like the Hives and the Vines and the White Stripes.
Oh.
They had a cooler sound, I think.
okay, if I'm gonna put a song into Slack, and then I guarantee you probably have heard this at some
Yeah,
point.
that's what I was.
Are
just
they the
thinking.
ones that do Counting Cars? Never mind.
No,
All right.
That's Snow Patrol.
Is it? Oh,
that's Snow Patrol.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Limp Bizkit, August something 11th. Okay.
But like that's the thing with me is like I will occasionally scroll through like new releases and like YouTube Music or what have you, but nothing on there is just like I don't know it in advance. Literally that's the first time I'll hear about it is that fucking new release section because I don't pay attention otherwise.
Yeah.
I've never heard this song.
Wow.
This song was everywhere.
That song sucks too. On top of it, I can't figure out who they're trying to be, but it's making me mad.
I mean, it's just
It's
Interpol.
because you're hearing it in 2024 ears. Go
It's
back.
true.
Yeah,
Way back.
I was about to say like
Well,
when it was
to be
released,
fair-
it was edgy.
To be fair, in whatever year that came out, I probably also didn't like it because I didn't like the Hives. I didn't like Arctic Monkeys. I didn't like
Oh, okay.
Modest
I mean,
Mouse. I didn't like anything in that.
You
ilk.
don't like Modest
I
Mouse?
can't
Man, even I
stand
like Modest Mouse.
Can't
Ah.
stand Modest Mouse.
I love Modest
But
Mouse.
you know what? I have to pretend I do for the women.
To be fair, I
yeah,
only
I
listened
can't
to like
stand
2 of their songs. But I like
2002?
I've seen them live.
I was probably in MCR land at that point. When did this song come out? When did this song come out?
probably around
Like
the same
02,
time.
03, 04 maybe.
Yeah, I was too busy listening to good music. 2005, so I definitely was into MCR. At
Okay,
this
the year I
point.
graduated high school. Okay, good.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So is that 3 Cheers for the Black? No, that's 3 Cheers
No.
for Sweet Revenge, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you just
yeah, yeah.
combined the 2 albums.
I did Black Parade. And 3 Cheers
Black
for Sweet
Parade
Revenge.
and yeah.
It was definitely
I mean, those are the only 2 albums that I know by them. So
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was 2004. Black Parade was 2006. Yeah,
I
so
liked,
right in between there.
I liked Black Parade better.
You're just wrong.
I like Black Parade
I
better too.
can't. 3 Cheers I can
They-
listen to
between
every song
those
and
two,
not
yeah.
care.
Now,
I mean, it's one of the few
now-
sophomore albums, like because that was their
That was their third album.
third album. Well, okay, whatever you
Three
want to
Cheers
call
Yeah,
was
it.
I was about to
sophomore.
say, we're not giving any love to "I Brought You My Bullets."
I
You
brought
me
you my
your love.
wallets. Yeah. It's very similar to my thing with Fall Out Boy. I listened to From Under a Cork Tree before I heard their previous album.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, this is different and better in its own special way. So I think that really changed my output because I didn't like Black Parade when it first came out because it reminded me of The Used, which I hate.
I got puked on by the singer they used.
In that band, I paid $30 and saw them once. And I also saw Taking Back Sunday live, and they were bad.
Yeah, they were bad when I saw them live too.
Mumford and
Real
Sons
quick.
is actually a very good live band.
Of course, because they play everything acoustic. It doesn't matter.
Who are you talking about?
Mumford and Sons.
Oh.
Because it's because they're Amish, isn't it?
2 of the worst things I heard, and then we can move on. But I gotta get this out. 2 of the worst things I heard. Number 1 is Fall Out Boy's cover of We
Don't
Didn't
do
Start the
it.
Fire.
The topical one.
Oh my god. Atrocious. I'm not like a Billy Joel guy, but Jesus. It's so bad.
It was very bad.
And then oh my god, I forgot my second one. I guess I only have one then. I can't remember anything else.
Oh, also.
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
There is, and again, fellas, I'm sorry if
Fellas.
you're like super into this band, but there is no worse, uninspired, unoriginal,
Here we go.
ass band I have ever heard in several years. Worse than fucking Greta Van Fleet.
My little sister loves them. I get
Oh my
careless.
god.
The only thing I know about them is that they stole the Stranger Things font for their for their fucking logo.
The hell?
That's the only thing I know about them because I saw like a poster of them once. I was like, that's just the fucking Stranger Things font. What are you doing?
One album that I've been praising quite a bit, but like it's kind of weird, is the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off soundtrack.
Oh, it's real good.
Once again, Anna Monoguchi is just amazing.
They're so good at what they do.
They have a song that's from the show that in the show is I think like 30 seconds, but I could listen to it on repeat all day. And it's just called Knives and Kim. That's it. Just listen to it all day. It makes me happy. But yeah, that album's very, very good.
Got me the tape for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Still have that giant box that took 2 years for Limited Run to send.
Oh, I think it's like 30% off now.
It sure is. I
haven't
never listened to
paid
Jim
yet.
with he warned me whenever I bought something from Limited Run Games and I ignored him. And I regretted it.
You just forget that you have it coming.
But I also had that problem with Frosthaven. You remember that?
Yes.
Because I backed that when it was first.
I thought you canceled that order.
I did because I waited 2 years and nothing came out. And they're still sending me updates. Even though I canceled it. So, whatever.
I think that sale actually ended.
What? Oh, yeah, it was the end of year.
That makes sense.
You don't need
listen,
anything from them.
Listen,
I did buy Persona
this whole like last week has just been like a fucking blur.
That was the week between Christmas and oh my god.
My favorite week. Nobody was working except for me, so everybody was fucking quiet. And you know what I did during that week?
What's that?
I played video games.
Oh, speaking of video games, good year for games.
Not
Not for me, but for lots of people.
Doesn't have to come out last year, but top 3 games you played last year.
You talk about whatever game you want to talk.
Yeah, but I want your top 3 first.
My top 3? Oh my god. Okay. So at number 3, I'm going with Honkai Star Rail.
Oh my god.
Unironically, that game is so good.
You got caught in the waifus. So proud of you.
I haven't spent a single dime.
Have you really not?
No, you don't have to on this game.
I know you don't have to, but
I haven't felt the need to.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure.
I'm
trying to figure out what I fucking played this year. Actually, if you think I came prepared to this, I
did for like next year's video game releases. I know what I'm stoked for. I mean, I played Red Dead Redemption 2 at the beginning of the year.
You did.
Um,
You hated
and
on
I-
it, and
I-
then you loved it,
I mean, it's my favorite. It's my favorite game of all time now.
which is fucking nuts.
It is literally my favorite game of all time. But I don't want to say that
Yeah.
all of my other games. Oh, did this come out in 2023?
Mhm.
Yes. Cassette Beasts.
Okay, I've seen that.
So good. Turn-based RPG, super like easy and not challenge. It's just such a good game with and a very good soundtrack. Honorable mentions: Chained Echoes was very good. I think that came out at the tail end of 2022, though, if I'm being real.
fine.
Hold on a
And
second.
but number one, I hate being predictable.
Say it.
I hate
Say
talking
it.
about bands that won all sorts of awards.
Say it.
Or not bands, but big games. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I played it for over 130 hours. That's on one run of the game.
Did you all know that on Steam there is a feed that'll show you chronologically every single game that your friends have bought?
The activity feed thing?
Yeah,
that could be embarrassing.
Does it show that I bought the Uno 50th anniversary thing?
Yes, it does.
I'm glad you see that.
It also shows Jim buying Cassette Beasts on December 24th.
Yep. I had it on GOG for free.
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah,
Which
I
one?
rebought that.
Oh, Like a Dragon. Never mind. Sorry, that was the one.
I see that you added God of War to your wish list, Jim.
On Steam?
Yeah.
I thought you had that free on Epic.
God of War?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was free on Epic.
I got Epic open right fucking now.
Oh,
I missed
it was
then.
free like last year.
Oh wow, I missed that.
Oh, that sucks.
That does suck.
if you buy it, use creator code ranting media.
Yeah, I sure will.
I actually got rewards for something. I don't know what I bought. Oh, it was a Fortnite skin. Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
A little game on Epic that I've been having fun with is called Vampire.
Yeah.
I played that a little bit.
It's an old RPG and it's really good.
It's not that old, is it? It's like less than 5 years.
It's like Xbox 360.
No.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely like PS3, Xbox 360 era.
No.
Yeah.
No, it came out in 2018 on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. If we're talking about the one that's misspelled, VAMPYR.
Oh, you're right. I don't know why.
It's on Switch, Jim. You can play it on Switch.
Yes, I'm aware. This one was free.
Yeah, it definitely was free. I like how the questions are, why is Vampire so hard? Is the game hard?
It's like a Soulsborne game before Soulsborne games.
Gotcha. All right, Geoff.
Oh, another game that I looking at it that I want to play is Lies of P.
Yeah, the Pinocchio game.
But then I found out it's a Soulsborne, and I'm like, oh well, I will hate this.
I also found that out during the development. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it, but
now I just want a movie about like that.
It is on Game Pass for Game Pass people.
Yeah, I don't have Game Pass anymore.
I know. Geoff, your top 3.
So I'm still kind of on the struggle bus here a little bit because Steam isn't being very cooperative. I didn't play a lot of games this year. There wasn't anything that I got super invested into. I did play. I will say Baldur's Gate 3, as frustrating as it could be, was good. I did enjoy it a lot. Except for except for game breaking bugs where you would like all of a sudden your entire party was wiped and you had to go back like fucking 3 hours to a previous save to actually get anything done. Even though I save scrubbed.
I have just I did not have any of those bad luck moments.
Well, it's not necessarily. It wasn't because of the. I don't know if it was because of like an update or something that came out, but like I went down one direction and all of a sudden my entire party just like was wiped in one go. Because like the battles were kind of challenging if you weren't careful with them. And like that was on easy mode, I want to say.
Yeah.
Still challenging. Like I would
If you
run
don't
into
know,
one guy.
like-
Well, that's the thing. You would run into one guy, and all of a sudden, 34 other people get alerted,
Yeah.
and it's your party against 34 other people. So that kind of sucked.
Gotta use your environment, man.
Yeah, and that's. I think I got more enjoyment out of people, playing it like shoot, I just forgot his name. Critical
Like
Role.
Elijah Wood and,
Matt,
and
no.
Sean Astin.
No, Matthew Mercer.
Oh, you should
Watching-
watch the Elijah Wood and Sean Astin playing it though.
I need to. The reason why I like the Matt Mercer one so much was because he knows D&D so fucking well
Yeah.
that like it was the video where he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stack all these fucking boxes up,"
Yep.
and then arrow of teleportation, and all of a sudden he's just like, now I'm there," and the fucking developer is just like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, they had to like go in there and change things.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like you get like him or Brendan from Dimension 20.
Oh, Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
So I don't know. Controversial, but Hogwarts Legacy was a good game.
Perf.
I heard the soundtrack was good.
The soundtrack was good, but also frustratingly like you could tell they were trying to do John Williams. And for whatever reason, they just were like, you know what, we can't go into John Williams territory too much. Because like it started off with
No, he's still alive. He's like
but it's
94.
but it started off with like Hedwig's theme and then abruptly cut off into some other like note. And I was like, oh, that's frustrating.
I said this like earlier in the year when we had a podcast. Just it's a shame that like I almost called her J.R.R. Rowling.
J.R.R. Rowling
had so little, if nothing, to do with the build of this game, and it sucks that people would deny themselves the enjoyment. And I get why, but you know, don't take out your frustrations on the people that like build things like a game like this and score it and write for it, because it has nothing to do with the the hate monger that just thought up the characters.
Right.
That's my opinion on it. It's like people stopping playing Minecraft because the guy's a fucking moron.
Yeah. I will say that I do have the biggest disappointment for 2023. Would anyone like to take a guess what the biggest disappointment was?
The death of E3?
Starfield.
Starfield was okay.
Starfield was the
Okay.
biggest disappointment for me.
I think if you went in like with the I don't know.
Listen.
Geoff put the worlds on its shoulders, and it did not deliver.
Yeah.
But it was still a good game.
Was it though?
Yeah, I played through it multiple times.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
But did you enjoy? The reason why I say that is because did you know who Nikki Jake is?
No.
The guy who like is on the fucking medicine ball that does like video game reviews.
No.
Okay, I'll I'll send it to you in a second.
Sure. Okay.
Long and the short of it, though, is that he's really, you could say, famous or infamous for like saying like X developers' game style is outdated. So he's done like a deep dive on Rockstar. He's done a deep dive on Naughty Dog, and then
Right.
there's Bethesda. Bethesda gets this pass because it's a Bethesda game that like you know exactly what you're going to get when you get into it.
You know what bugs?
Yeah. So the thing is like I knew that what you were getting was Starfield, but the biggest thing for me was like I think they just spread themselves too thin for that game and were just a little bit too ambitious, and it shows because you land on a planet and there's nothing exciting to do on the planet. You just kind of jetpack over for a couple of times. And yes, Todd, I also spent a lot of time on it. Apparently, when I say it was like 80 hours, I know I'm sure you probably spent more time on it.
Probably less if I had to guess. I'll find out while you're talking.
And my figure could be wrong too. 80 hours seems accurate for me.
I would find that.
1 day, 9 hours and 4 minutes, according to my Xbox profile. I kept spending more time on it, just thinking like, okay, eventually it's gonna, it's gonna be better, right?
Mhm.
And after I stopped playing it after the first like, I don't even think this is a spoiler at this point. But spoilers if you haven't played Starfield, the end of the game isn't really like the end of the game. Kind of like,
Right.
some would say the beginning.
Here, let me help. For my older gamers, it's like in Pokemon Silver and Gold once you beat the first Elite Four. I hope
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
Jim is probably like, I don't know what you're fucking talking
Not
about.
a clue.
But
Geoff, I have 2 days in it. So that's 48 hours.
yeah, I mean it's I'm not saying it's a bad game.
Oh,
I will say it is a letdown of a game though.
I just think you overhyped it.
I think a
I
lot of
don't
people
know.
did. It's not just
I don't
Jeff,
know
it's-
I don't know if I did though. Like
So
they kind of overhyped it. It's getting to the point
no,
where
no. Xbox overhyped it. We know what happens. We know what happens when the console manufacturers take a game and publish it too far. Remember No Man's Sky? Same shit happened, but this because it's Bethesda, you add that on top of all that hype.
okay,
Nobody knew what Hello Games was, so Sony pushing it down our throats. We only took Sony's hype from it. Plus, the dude was a liar and he lied about a lot of features. That's a whole other thing. But this, they had all the marketing of Microsoft plus people's expectations of a Bethesda game and took it too far. You know what I thought when I heard this game was coming out? I was like, cool, Fallout 4 in space. And guess what I got? Fallout 4 in space, but with prettier visuals. And you know what? It delivered. I spent 48 hours in it, which is something I will not do in a Bethesda game. I haven't even played that much of Fallout 4.
yeah, but it
I think
doesn't
you
bother
overhyped
you that like you don't even actually get to control your spaceship. Like you can't land it on a planet.
No. Jeff,
doesn't.
my favorite game of all time is Mass Effect, where you do not fly at all.
Okay, but was there such a did you get to build your own Normandy?
I didn't want to.
That's the thing though, you get to build your own fucking ship and
Yeah, that's
customize it.
cool.
And every time you need to go somewhere, it has an unskippable animation of you leaving the planet.
Yeah, which looks
And
cool.
then you have another unskippable animation of you going to another planet.
Right.
It's just I don't know. Like it felt like they really need to figure out a new engine for their game because they
While
fucking really pushed the shit out of this last one.
While I agree with you, that is expected of Bethesda games.
And I'm saying that is a lazy excuse at this state. Like,
Right, but
at this moment, it's unexcusable
do you
because
not trade narrative for a little bit of jank?
yes, I do. However, do you really? Okay, great point. Do you really think the story was that good in this game?
I really enjoyed it. I found it compelling. It's not Mass Effect, it's not Cyberpunk, but it was up there. It's to the reason I've never finished Fallout 3 or 4. And you want to know why? Because I got bored of the fucking story. I finished Starfield, I believe, 4 times because the story was interesting enough. You can't, not every game can say that. Again, I just think your expectations were too high.
I don't know if it was that they were too high. It just underwhelmed me.
Look, myself being named Todd, he gets a pass.
Oh god.
We Todds have to stick together.
When was Fallout 76 released? Was that before or after the Microsoft acquisition?
Before.
I mean, that right there, like, Fallout 76 was extremely hyped by Bethesda.
Right, and it failed.
It was a fucking wreck. Yeah, but like, that doesn't mean they get a pass now.
I wasn't giving them a pass. Again, I set my expectations correct. I just think yours were a little bit higher. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's okay to be disappointed in something that you thought was going to be the end all be all, or whatever you thought it was going to be. It's kind of like if Baldur's Gate 3 was mediocre for Jim.
I was expecting a really kind of deep game, because like the one thing I will say about Skyrim, for instance, is you can walk around Skyrim and it's populated with all sorts of side quests and all this other stuff, and like it feels like a living world to an extent. With Starfield, it's like they're like, all right, we're going to try to take that same concept and scale it to so large that we're not going to be able to be consistent. Because like for me, the only interesting things was like dropping in on like the main cities. But even like the main cities, to me, like paled in comparison to what you had in previous Bethesda games.
I gotcha. Okay. I mean, whenever you talk about side quests, like the Brotherhood
side quests
in fucking what's his face, I felt like I got lost in that one fake space Japanese company side quest, like route of side quest. Like I got lost in that. That took me like days to figure out how to do everything. I think it's expectations. It was a Bethesda game. It acted like a Bethesda game. It wasn't the game, the world-altering game that some people hoped it was going to be.
And to be clear, like I wasn't expecting it to be a masterpiece.
Right.
But I was expecting a Bethesda level game in space. And I felt like they sort of achieved it. They sort of achieved it, but like I started getting really annoyed when you get into like the typical excuse me, I need you to go talk to this other person. I need you to do this thing for me. And
or like
one person,
like, hey, Dragonborn, do this because you're the Dragonborn.
Yeah, but like in this game, they're like, hey, I need you to go talk to this guy on this planet and to do something for me. And you're like, all right, cool, I'll go to that planet. It's like, all right, now tell him thank you. I need you to go back to the original guy. Tell him that I said thank you and tell him I'll be there. And this is not like against like regular game convention. Like obviously we call them fetch quests, right? They're just
Mhm.
time sucks. What really broke the immersion for me is that we're in a fucking futuristic sci-fi game, and you're telling me that they couldn't just call each other. They couldn't just like, hey, blah blah blah, I need you to do this thing. I'm gonna send this guy with you, he's gonna take care of it. No. You had to be the fucking phone. You were the phone. You had to fast travel to another location, deliver the message, fast travel back, and then you had to go do something else fast. Like, it was all just a fast travel game.
So you're the banana phone.
Apparently. Also, I think it's a fucking huge ass miss that you couldn't drive a vehicle on the planets.
I would agree on that.
Man, you
but
can't drive a warhog.
no,
There's
or a
no
Mako,
vehicles.
or a
No
yeah,
vehicles.
It was pretty sad.
Just your jetpack. And Todd Howard said that's fun.
Todd Howard did say that's fun. Oh no. Yeah, it wasn't my top three. Looking at my fun list, the top three games I played this year were Satisfactory,
Oh god.
Vampire Survivors, and Valorant. With with Cyberpunk coming in very close at 4.
I did not think you would get as invested in Satisfactory as much as you did.
It's Minecraft, but fancier graphics. I love Minecraft with fancier graphics.
Yeah, but I just remember leaving for like a week and it was so far ahead.
Yes, you shouldn't leave for a week. What were you saying, Jim?
I read somebody said that Cyberpunk was just in early access and now it's fully released.
That's fair.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The changes that they made to the leveling feels more natural. The story was already very good, in my opinion. Phantom Liberty just adds a bit more to it. The combat was good from the start, like day one. It was just silly glitches that caused
I'm
people
afraid
to be
to even
annoyed.
try it. I just don't even know if it'll work.
On
your
it'll
PC?
run. Maybe not well.
Yeah, I mean, I was running it on my my laptop while I was in October.
Yeah, but your laptop
it
is
ran
new compared to Jim's.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it ran really good. So what I'm saying is like the improvements, like Jim, I don't even think you have first off, don't think this is a controversial statement. Don't think it's a controversial. Ray tracing is the
beautiful.
It's beautiful, but the stupidest addition to games.
Every time y'all talk about it I kind of rage a little bit because it sounds so dumb. But I don't have
Jim, no, the concept of it, phenomenal. When it's actually pulled off like the way it's supposed to, it looks gorgeous. But every single game that I have tried to enable with it, it's like, oh, you wanted 60 frames per second, here's 12. And that's with AI upscaling. That's with like every possible optimization that you can think of.
You know what game does it really well and doesn't hurt the frame rate?
What?
Lego Fortnite.
Actually, yes. That's the first one where I've been like, wow.
That game looks beautiful, which is sad because it's Lego Fortnite.
I'm curious. So the Super Mario RPG remake came out.
Yes, it sure did.
It's a lot of fun. It's very good. There is one section of the game, and it's like a major hub. Like you have to go there a bunch of different times. That when you run through a certain room, it drops to like 10 frames a second.
Oh wow.
And it's so damn noticeable. I don't have an OLED Switch. I'm wondering if that makes any difference.
No.
I don't think it would, right? So
I think if anything, and I'm speaking just based on memory at this point, I think the OLED Switch has a slight performance boost, but nothing.
yeah,
It wouldn't be anything noticeable enough to like justify.
right. And that's why I didn't do it. Also,
You can play it on PC.
you cannot, but you can.
Yeah. Would you like me to
Fit
help you
girl.
with that later? Yep.
No,
uh-huh.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
I need to re-download it. Fuck. You own it. I own it. It's legal.
That's true. I also would like to say that Honkai Star Rail is not my third favorite game.
Are you sure?
And that it is Octopath Traveler 2.
There you go. My RPG boy's back. Did you play Triangle Strategy?
No, it eluded me. I would like to one day, but it eluded me.
It's also on Figaro. Yeah.
That is on Steam though. Triangle Strategy.
It is. All three of them are.
Octo 2 is though too. So
yeah, all three of those games, both the Octopaths and the Triangle. Those are in my backlog of things to play.
And this is me being dumb because I really don't play my Switch that often. I tried
What's a Switch?
to hook up my Switch to an Ethernet jack the other day.
Yeah, that doesn't
that's
do very
never
well.
been a good thing.
And I was just like staring at it. I was like, surely this dock has Ethernet. And then I was getting more and more frustrated the more I looked at it. I was like, this is.
You have to get very specific adapters for it to work correctly.
Well, and I'm like, I don't need it that bad, obviously, but I was just
don't.
like, this is so stupid.
So, I feel bad that my Switch just collects dust. But like, the only thing I cared about this year for the Switch was Super Mario RPG. But then the second I found out that there was like a PC version of it, I bought it so I don't feel bad. But then I just put it on my PC.
Yeah.
I sit in front of this thing way more than I want to play my Switch. We'll probably do some races in friggin' Mario Kart this year because Andrew has the DLC that he wants to play. And I keep paying every year for Nintendo Online, even though I don't play my fucking Switch. But
Thank you.
Shut up.
I played my Switch today, so.
Well, I'm glad my money's going somewhere good.
I mean, I used it for the first time last week.
My brother got me Pokemon Diamond last year, so I played that on it. Yeah.
There are a lot of good games coming out for Switch next year.
I guess I could play Tears of the Kingdom.
2024, like late 24, we should see some sort of Switch 2 announcement, right?
Electric Boogaloo?
I think we're gonna get a Switch 2 announcement earlier in the year, and I think we're gonna get a release date by holidays.
You mean an
you mean like March? I'm thinking
like Nintendo
March.
Treehouse. March, yeah. They haven't done
because that's enough time.
Yeah, I think so.
If they don't do like, and I will say that Nintendo has a better track record of this than most companies. If they don't do backwards compatibility with like Switch games, I think it's gonna fucking fail.
I'm paying for Jim's wife's Nintendo
that would be
Online.
dumb.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have to be able. It has to be able to accept the same cartridge.
Yeah.
You mean SD cards?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, somebody would create some
essentially
kind of like
R4 card.
R4.
God damn it! Who is this? Oh, that's Michael. Never mind. I'm looking at who I'm paying for their fucking Switch Online. I was like, who's Jack?
Yeah.
It's Michael.
This year,
Geoff,
what are we looking forward to?
Oh, but words. My brain just stopped working. Please hold.
Um. Well, I can say for movies, I'm looking forward to
Ew.
Dune Part 2.
Shut up.
Okay.
Coming
That's
to
good because
H-
I don't have any movies I'm looking forward to.
Coming to HBO Max.
Godzilla and King Kong movie. That's about it.
Oh, Jim, did you watch Godzilla?
-1.
Yeah.
I did.
Was it good?
It was my favorite movie from last year.
Oh. Did we talk about that? I missed it.
No, we didn't.
Oh, whoops.
My favorite
okay.
was probably Oppenheimer.
My favorite
I'm
was.
sure
I don't know,
Julie is
'cause
getting real tired of me talking about Oppenheimer.
It's
I don't
so
think-
good.
I don't think I saw
I'm-
any movies last year.
I'm reading the biography right now. I watched. Yeah,
My
because
only
the
thing-
the movie is based off the biography. And then I was watching it on the plane last night, and I really like the soundtrack. Yeah, I don't know why. That's one of those like weird. Like the subject matter is so dark and horrifying. I don't know why I'm drawn to it so much. But the Cillian Murphy is just like, I love that dude so much.
Cillian
Such a
Murphy
good actor.
is very good. Robert Downey Jr. should win an Oscar.
I didn't think I would
Um,
hate Robert Downey Jr. in anything. But when I'm saying that, it's exactly like he plays a despicable person.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's I am interested in. I don't know, Jim, if this has been on your radar, but have you seen the War of the Rohirrim?
I'm so excited.
I think that's gonna be good. I don't.
No.
I'm very excited, yeah.
That's in theaters in December. Oh, it's in theaters in December. Jesus Christ.
Wait, I thought it was coming out in like March.
I don't think so. December 13th, 2024. Son of a bitch. We're gonna be talking about it next year. Yeah, other than that though, there isn't anything that I'm really on the fence about Furiosa.
Oh, I think it looks cool.
The trailer
Godzilla
looks a
-1 is
little
number
weird.
20 on IMDb's this year. Or last year. Wait, Furiosa, like the Mad Max bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a prequel with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Chain Top? Harry Styles.
That's a joke for you and me.
Harry Styles. The only movie I saw in theaters this year, I think, was Spider-Man, or last year.
I mean, I would say that my top 3 was probably Barbie, Oppenheimer, and then
Shut up.
Still haven't
Across the
watched
Spider-Verse. Barbie was such a fucking good movie.
Yeah, I need to see it.
I was getting
Asteroid
choked up at
City
the end.
was fun.
Oh, Asteroid City.
What is that?
The Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. Don't care.
Everybody just shut down.
I'm not. Listen, I'm
Uh.
not. I'm not saying that I don't like Wes Anderson films anymore because I adore Wes Anderson. I don't think I've enjoyed a lot of his movies since Grand Budapest.
Yeah.
So I
like
didn't.
Asteroid City more than I like Grand Budapest.
I didn't like the French Connection, or not French Connection, but the French Dispatch. I didn't like that.
Neither did I.
It was weird.
It was boring.
And then Asteroid City was just kind of blah. Like it didn't really have any. I don't know. It didn't feel like it had any real like point to it. That sounds awful. Did you watch Henry Sugar on Netflix?
No.
Who?
Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, he's got a whole.
Wait, what is it?
So it's the Roald Dahl Henry Sugar.
The Wonderful
I heard
World,
about it, but yeah,
or
no,
the
I never.
Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
Yeah, but like he did several.
The film is the first of a
Like
4-part series of shorts adapted from Roald Dahl's short
Yeah.
stories.
yeah, I thought they were rather good. So that I did enjoy
Sir
those.
Ben Kingsley is in it.
Yes,
Oh,
he's very good.
Gandhi himself.
I was about to say Gandhi or the Whackness.
I will say I like him more. And I'm talking about specifically Ben Kings. I like him more since his last Marvel portrayal than
Ben
I
Kingsley
did.
was in Marvel stuff?
Oh yes, he was in Iron Man 3.
right?
Huh?
He was
Ooh,
Iron
God,
Man
I hate
3.
that movie.
Like the
Yeah.
emo Spider-Man one?
No.
No.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man
Oh,
3.
he
If
said.
I
I
did
thought
say
he said
Spider-Man 3. Yeah.
Oh,
my
that's
bad.
right. He was the Mandarin.
Yes.
The fake. No.
But then he came back in Shang-Chi.
I don't remember that part.
And he was fucking amazing in Shang-Chi. It was great.
I don't remember that. I enjoyed Shang-Chi, but not enough to remember it.
Did you all know that we're getting a Twister sequel?
Like 1996
A
Twister?
lot of people are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Twisters. It's going to be called Twisters.
Oh, Twisters.
Oh.
I've heard about that. Yeah. Hey, I was
That's
right on
bullshit.
1996 as well. Ooh. Is what's his face in it? The main guy from the first one?
No, he's dead.
No, he's
Bill
dead.
Paxton's dead?
Yes.
Bill Paxton has been dead for years.
No,
Yes.
He's dead. He's been dead since 2017. Whoops. Oh, he's from Fort Worth. Please hold. I'm Googling something. Oh, okay. So I was looking at Bill Paxton's Wikipedia because, and it said spouses Kelly Rowan. For a half second there, I thought that was the girl from Destiny's Child. I was very confused. That's Kelly Rowland.
I was like, is it not?
Yeah, the one that texted Nelly on the Excel spreadsheet.
On the Excel spreadsheet. That's right.
I mean, that was me with Little Mermaid when they first announced it. They're like,
I'm gonna say it like that.
Halle Bailey is going to be in the. I was like,
yeah.
Halle Berry is that's an interesting
bit
choice. I was like, maybe it'll work. And I read the name again. I was like, oh, Bailey. Okay.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch is in this Henry Sugar movie.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. That's Doctor Strange, and he'll never be anything else. Oh, Sherlock.
He's Sherlock, even though that show only had one good season.
And then there was that weird homoeroticism between him and Watson.
I would say 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons are good.
Fair enough.
The third season is where it went downhill. That whole plot line with John's wife was just abysmal.
The suicide. I'm good.
I'm looking at Wes Anderson movies because I feel like I've only seen one ever.
I've only not seen one.
Ooh, yeah, I've only seen one Wes Anderson movie. And
Can I guess which one?
And it's pretty obvious which one it is. Go ahead.
You've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Hell yeah, I have. That movie
that's
awesome.
my favorite animated movie of all time.
I mean, you're a little bit off, but whatever.
Animated movie of all time?
He also did Isle of Dogs. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the movie I have not seen.
Oh.
Didn't think it was bad.
Wait, Isle of Dogs or Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Fantastic Mr. Fox is excellent.
Is it fantastic?
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that's the only one I've seen of his. Wait a minute. Is this the guy So wait a minute. The guy that was the snowman in the Rankin Bass Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer is also in Fantastic Mr. Fox? That's awesome.
I don't even know who you're talking about right now.
You know the Rankin Bass Rudolph and there's
Yeah.
there's the snowman that narrates it,
Yes.
like you see in the beginning. He was in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
But who is that?
I don't think he was a character. I think he was just singing in it. I'm trying to figure. I lost the plot. Please hold. And
What's the plot?
I have no movies that I'm hyped for this year. By the way, like nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
is
don't
the last
know.
Ronin film supposed to come out this year? The Ninja Turtles one?
No.
Oh, then I don't care. Yeah. So
The
Burl
video
Ives.
game.
Burl
is
Ives, the singer,
supposed
yeah.
Yeah, and he's in that soundtrack multiple times. He's the snowman from the Rankin Bass stuff.
Oh, I mean, Burl Ives in general is.
Yeah, but I only knew his name from Snowman. His name was Sam. No, watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. God damn it.
That's actually one of the first, or not first. It's probably like the second or third Criterion Blu-ray that I got.
Is that still a thing? Like, are there still Criterion movies?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
But,
like their streaming service.
Haley
do some
Cuoco
pretty
still
cool
in
stuff.
movies? Sorry. They have a streaming service?
They
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Is commentary still a thing?
Yeah.
Like commentary tracks? Those are my
I-
favorite.
That was
Now-
never a thing for me.
Now, I will
like
say,
the Kevin Smith movies, like Arrested Development.
Okay, I did it for them, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I only did it for films that I really wanted to learn more about, like the behind the scenes stuff. So, like, I did it for Lord of the Rings. I did it for the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ugh, okay.
Oh, just because, like, I wanted to learn why the fuck would you make a movie based on a theme park ride?
Oh, the
Because back
Garfield
then,
movie.
oh hell no.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. We had that discussion. Oh, but the other people aren't here, so I'm not gonna bring it up. Yeah, because I guess it
Julia
based
was
off the
getting
ride at the time.
Julia was getting so mad.
At you for being
because
ridiculous?
I was just like fucking like keyboard warrior.
You really were.
We were at breakfast.
You were out in public with that stance?
Yes. I mean, aren't we usually in public when we're talking about stuff like that?
No, I'm at work.
We're on a podcast, Todd. I don't know how much we're public.
I want to see Inside Out 2. I found a movie I'm okay with wanting to see.
Yeah, but is there anything on that list that you're
Oh,
like,
Deadpool. Oh, I didn't know that was supposed to come out this coming year.
If it gets finished.
There's
The problem with a lot of those movies on that list is that a few of those were
slipping.
Well, yeah, because they were right about to be finished, or they have
the writer's strike and the actor strike.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan is doing a biopic on the band Trapped.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's just a movie called Trap.
Okay. I was about to fucking say.
The Borderlands movie, maybe? Question mark.
Oh, did you hear about Jack Black?
No. Oh,
so
him being he's Steve in Minecraft now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Maybe that's his chance as an Oscar since he got snubbed for Peaches.
Oh, he did.
He really did. That song was actually very good. There's a Kraven the Hunter movie?
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Why is that?
Well,
name familiar?
there's a Madam Web movie too.
Is that Kick-Ass?
Yeah, it is Kick-Ass. Thank you.
Oh my god.
I had to think about it for a second.
There's a new Saw movie?
Who cares?
There's a Joker movie based off of a Fall Out Boy album?
Also, who cares?
I never saw the first one.
I fell asleep in that movie.
Smile 2. Is that the Jordan Peele movie?
Smile 1 was good.
Is that the Jordan Peele one?
No.
No. It was a horror movie though.
Oh, okay. Is it A24?
No.
Okay. Untitled Venom sequel.
Jim, did you see Talk to Me?
I did. Yeah, it was good.
That was really good. Actually, we watched. So there was 2 movies we saw in Mexico. It was Talk to Me, and then
Is that the
Killers
hand?
of Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh,
Is
I
the-
want to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
Is the
Which-
first one the hand?
Yes, it is the
Okay.
hand.
Is the second one Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care about
So obviously, watching in a different country with a different language.
Oh, it was in that native language?
No, it was not in the native language, but in several times during the movie, they start talking in like I don't know. It's not Choctaw. I forget the language they're speaking. Obviously,
Choctaw. Oh, Choctaw, like the Indians. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Or I'm sorry, native. Whatever. Indians call themselves Indians, so I'm going to continue to say it. Whatever. Okay, I was very confused. I
so
thought you were talking about Mexico, and then I realized you were talking about Indians.
yes,
My brain.
you connected the dots eventually, but
It's okay, man.
typically you would have like the subtitles that well obviously they're in Spanish because you're in Mexico. It's like
Right.
completely understandable. Good portion of the movie you're just kind of like sitting there going like I don't really know what's happening like context wise, but we're just gonna see what happens. So I mean it was good. It was very long. And I
Who
will say
directed
the
Yeah,
it?
ending.
that's the Scorsese thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. That's
I
the guy
think
I
if
saw on
he-
TikTok this year.
I think what's happening is that the like because this was an Apple film.
Steve Jobs
Like-
Apple?
Yeah, like Steve Jobs Apple. Like Apple like funded this film. And then I
That's
want to
bad.
say they did Napoleon as well, the Ridley Scott film.
Oh, with Joaquin Phoenix.
I think what's happening is they're like, hey, auteur directors, we're gonna give you as much money as you want, make it as long as you want, and they're eating that shit up. They're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna make a fucking 3-hour film.
Speaking
Let's
of,
make it
minimal.
3.5 hours.
Ridley Scott is doing a Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
Didn't the first one come out in the 90s? Oh,
I have
99.
No,
I have
2000.
my
Ah.
respect for Ridley Scott has like just plummeted after
There's-
Prometheus.
Oh, you don't like that movie? I love that. movie.
What was Prometheus?
That was in the
It was the
Is that
well,
the
no,
Jumanji in space?
no, Jim. It started off as a not pre. It was supposed to be distinct from Alien, and then halfway through shooting, like you know what? Let's throw that little bit at the very end. That's gonna really just connect everything. And then they didn't even fucking hide it for the sequel. They're like, no, this is Alien.
So this isn't Jumanji in space.
No,
What was that movie called?
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
It was Jumanji set in space with Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard.
This is a thorough. That was the joke I was going for.
Oh,
what is
Jesus
Prometheus? What the
Christ.
fuck is this? Oh, it's Alien. No wonder I didn't care. Moving on. They're making a Wicked movie. That's cool.
Yeah.
So many
With-
blowjobs are going to be
with
given out during that.
Ariana Grande.
And Michelle Yeoh. Untitled Karate Kid movie. Interesting.
Loki season 2, pretty good.
The Lord of the Rings, The War of something.
Oh.
we were talking about that earlier.
I don't recognize anybody in that. Moving on. Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I forgot there's a Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
How dare you? Knuckles is awesome. It's Idris Elba.
I mean, I remember it happening, but I never saw it. I never saw the first one either.
Mufasa, the Lion King.
Unnecessary.
Oh, it's a. Oh.
It is
It's
a prequel,
to the
live
weird-
action. Yeah.
The fuck? Also has Seth Rogen in it.
Well, of course.
They're remaking the original Nosferatu?
Yeah.
Which Skarsgård
not-
is this? Is this Pennywise?
I'm not excited. It is.
It is Pennywise. Mm-hmm.
I'm not excited about that film because I really do not like the director's stuff.
You didn't like The
Who's the
Lighthouse
director?
where
I did not like The Lighthouse.
Robert
I didn't
Eggers?
Oh,
apparently
dude,
the
I love
Northman was
Lighthouse.
apparently
Isn't
the
that
Northman
where-
was terrible.
Isn't that the movie where Edward Cullen like jerks off on himself?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I know of that movie. Nicholas Hoult, is that the guy from Warm Bodies?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Warm Bodies. That was a good movie.
He's also going to be
Oh, and speaking of big dicks, Willem Dafoe is in it. Oh shit!
I think Nicholas Hoult was cast as Lex Luthor.
No, he wasn't.
I'm pretty sure he was.
No, Jesse Eisenberg is the best one.
No, this was like a recent thing.
Joke, by the way.
I know. Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult.
That's the role of Lex Luthor, yeah.
James Gunn's making it. Probably won't come out. Untitled Jordan Peele movie.
There's two of them.
Sweet.
But I think they both slipped.
Wait a minute. This movie is called Hit Space Man. Is it related to the game?
Probably not.
It's not. Beverly Hills. I saw this advertisement. They're making a new Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
a Netflix thing.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Ultraman Rising. What the fuck? Ultraman from like the 80s? Hell yeah.
There's
Before that,
a couple
60s.
of them.
60s, yeah. That's cool. Okay. Those are a lot of movies that I won't see. That's cool. I just can't sit and watch movies anymore. I didn't know Kaylee Cuoco still made movies. Thought she just lived off of Big Bang Theory money forever.
I mean,
No, she did an HBO series too.
You mean Flight
Yeah.
Attendant?
Yep.
My mother watched that show.
Well, and then she did the one where she's like trying to have a baby and like she witnesses a murder.
Wasn't that Flight Attendant?
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Pretty sure it's Flight Attendant. Also, today I saw an ad for a Hulu show. I always forget his name, but it's the guy who played Inigo Montoya in Princess Bride.
Mandy Patinkin.
Oh,
Yes, thank you.
Mandy Patinkin. Yeah.
Hell yeah, I got
he's
it right.
playing a gentleman sleuth with a bad accent.
So Pink Panther.
I mean, I think what's happening is that we're going to start really seeing like, I'm not calling it Knives Out because obviously it's like you just said, Pink Panther, but it's going to be another one of those years where it's like we need to pump out. Knives Out was successful. We need to pump out. Oh, extremely.
Oh.
Did you never see the deal that Netflix made for the sequels?
Geoff, I watched Kingsman out of consideration for you,
Did you not like Kingsman?
but you ran out whenever I watched the sequel.
What do you mean?
I didn't like the second one.
Oh, I didn't like the second one either.
Right, but I trusted you that the entire series would be good. So you
No.
lost it on
I've
the
only seen
second
the
one.
first one.
And that's all you should watch.
The second one, the
Okay.
third one was good.
And you lose it after the first one. Or the second one.
Well, I mean, I
I've
don't wanna
never
pull-
steered
I don't
you
wanna
wrong,
pull-
and I would never do that to you.
I don't want to pull The Office into this, but I will if I have to.
What about The Office?
Don't do this.
What about The Office?
Don't.
You
Talk.
know my stance. You know my stance. I won't say any more than that.
Healthcare is one of the funniest episodes on that series. And that's season one.
I think every episode in season 1 is excellent.
Is basketball season one?
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
episode.
God.
So is Diversity Day.
That one crosses the line. But it's still funny.
So before we I guess, end because we've been going. We've been going for about 2 hours.
It's been a good time talking to my friends.
Yeah, I wish we do this more
that
often.
is the number one reason why I wanted to do this.
Paper Mario 1000-Year Door is coming out next year, by the way. And that's amazing.
Talk to me when the Super Mario Sunshine remake happens.
That's not
Oh, come on. You don't think that's not going to happen?
Nope.
They have
Switch 2,
remade-
that's a Switch 2 release.
For
Nope.
sure.
I think it's going to be, when's the next big Mario anniversary? Then you'll get it.
Yeah, but
Just
it's
like
going to
we
happen.
got-
They don't
the
care about
Galaxy.
anniversaries.
We
no,
just
we're gonna
got
get Super Mario Sunshine 99.
Hell yeah, I play the shit out of that. 99 people speed running Super Mario Sunshine, and you could join and fuck other people. I would play the shit out of that.
I mean, how far apart was the Wind Waker HD remake?
So,
Like, realistically speaking.
That was like 10 years, more than 10 years, a little bit.
Hold on.
All right, so
Because that was GameCube and then Wii U.
holy fuck,
Sure was,
2002. Ooh, golly.
Also, like 15 years.
But also think about Mario 64 was 64 to 3DS.
Yeah, but I mean,
They haven't even remade Pokemon Yellow. Well, technically, they kind of did. Let's Go Pikachu, but you know, whatever.
yeah, I was about to say. I mean, they've remade
Yellow. Woo.
Pokemon how many times now?
That's Interpol, right? They've only remade the first 3 gens, I think. 4 gens now. And there's
Well-
like 9 total.
Well, but how many times have they remade Pokemon Red?
Once.
No.
Yes.
Well, there's Fire Red,
Which is the remake.
but isn't technically Let's Go?
That's Yellow.
Is it though?
Yes.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
In theory, the Let's Go games are Yellow remade.
We
And
need our professor.
Who? He died like 2 years ago. Yeah, Let's Go is Yellow remakes. There's Fire Red, Leaf Green, which is the remakes of Red and Blue in America. Then there's Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which is the remakes of Gen 2. Then there's Sapphire and Ruby, whatever their remakes were called recently. And then they just made Shining Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, which is Gen 4. So yeah,
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I am the new professor. Except for I'll still be here for all of you people. All of you people. All right, Jeff. Wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a condom.
jeez.
But not you.
Oh, Lord,
Luigi's
oh, Lord.
Mansion 2 HD. Just for Jim.
So, okay, I did see that. Do they mean
Dark
what is
Moon.
it? Dark
Moon,
So it's
yeah.
just Dark Moon.
Yeah.
Why don't they call it that?
I assume this is not the final title.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Dark Moon.
Oh my God, Skull and Bones is finally coming out.
No, it's not.
I don't believe it.
You mean the game that's a realistic version of Sea of Thieves, which I got bored of 2 years ago?
I mean,
Keeping my fingers crossed for a Bully sequel.
it's a
Bruh,
fucking
you're never
extension
getting
of
that.
the best Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag.
Hell yeah.
Oh, also
The band?
Hades
Oh.
2 this year. Stop it. There's a Funko Pop game coming out?
Oh my God, they need to stop.
Hell yeah.
Whenever
If I
they
could
were
get rid
like,
of
hey,
one pop culture thing, I think it would be Funko Pop.
Funko Pops?
well, because it's like whenever they're like, hey, we have to like just throw all of these into, we've made too much. We need to throw it in the landfill. I was like, that is your cue to stop.
You mean like
Yeah.
the ET video game for Atari?
Oh,
Still no real proof of that happening.
I know.
I
know.
will say though, the documentary that Ernest Klein made about it If you haven't watched it on Netflix, it is excellent.
I watched an anime documentary about that called Code Monkeys.
Oh,
Core Keeper is supposed to be
Monkeys.
exiting early release.
It is. I saw that on the list too. I was very excited. Core Keeper for people is a great game.
I do have a list of games for
Oh, yeah.
me.
Let's go.
So, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's been out for years in Japan. It's finally coming out now. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. It takes Ichiban to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Unicorn Overlord, which is the new Vanillaware game. Vanillaware does like they've done a bunch of different games. Dragon's Crown, my favorite. Hades 2.
Yeah.
Hades
That'd be
2.
great.
Persona 3 Reload, which technically is a remake.
Okay.
It is my favorite Persona game. Metaphor Refantasio, which is a Atlas game that is like not like a dating sim game or like a Persona or Shin Megami Tensei game. And finally,
Fate Grand Order.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Hell yeah. Malkovian run first. You never mentioned Fate Grand Order in any of your lists today, Jim. I thought you were in that gacha world.
It's funny. I have it on my phone. I don't want to play, and I know it's like literally in the definition. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay money.
But you have to collect Ishtar.
Oh yeah. There's an Ease. Oh, Ease 10 Nordics. That
is there
also
really
comes
another
out this
Ease
year.
game coming out?
Yeah, Ease 10 Nordics is coming out. It's already out in Japan. It's actually getting a lot of flack for like
Western
not like progressing anything graphically.
Oh.
And it's so much so that like the NIS, which is NIS America.
Yeah.
The president, not America, but NIS in general, the president had to come out and be like, look, when have we ever been about graphics? When have we ever like been the best at graphics? When have y'all ever cared?
Yeah, when have you cared before?
It's just because it came out on PS5, and I think people just have a higher
preconceived
expectation.
notion. Yeah. So let me give you some advice, and this is the last thing we'll talk about before we wrap it up, Jim. And I want you to be able to enjoy this game. So don't let the hype set your expectation too high. Know what the game is and accept it for what it is, and it's beautiful in its own skin. And I love everybody. Have a wonderful 2024. We'll probably be back every once in a while with some podcasts. You never know. We need excuses to hang out with each other, because if we don't, we don't. We had a lovely board game night a couple nights ago, but that wasn't all the group, because some of the people decided to leave us and go to foreign countries and do things that they need to speak with Jesus about. But that's not my business.
Speak with Jesus about?
Oh, wait, you're married. Never mind. They're fine. I'm single. That's fine. So, yeah, we missed all of you people in podcast world, but I'm sick of spending money on things.
It was fun.
It was fun. We played Sushi Go. And
now, I have Sushi Go Deluxe. The physical version of it, if y'all ever want to get together and really play it.
Get together.
I know it's hard.
We're in the pandemic.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, it is. It's 2021.
I mean, literally just had COVID 2 weeks ago. So
oh yeah, you did. That's right.
See,
fucking hell. My ear is still a little bit fucked up.
You tested positive for COVID, right?
I tested positive for COVID and strep.
Because a lot of people are getting sick and they're like, "Oh, I got COVID," but really they have RSV.
It's like the flu or RSV. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, and this is not me. It's one of those things where like every year I'm like, I need to get the flu shot. I need to get the flu shot. Every year that I get the flu shot, I get the fucking flu or some sort of sickness.
Seems legit.
I have never had a flu shot. Not for that reason. I just never think about it when it's time.
I only thought about it because there was going to be a brief moment where like I wasn't going to have insurance for 2 months. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should like protect myself. And and to be fair, I didn't get the flu and my COVID symptoms were non-existent. It was literally the strep that was causing the most problems.
Yeah.
I get the COVID shot and the flu shot at the same time.
That's what I did.
That made me
there have
hurt
been
the
people
next
who
day
have done
though.
that.
Yep. All right. Good night, everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Goodbye.
I'm hitting stop record, so we can't do any more.
Bye, movie house.
Bye.